Wakanda forever. Against the backdrop of my story is the height of the civil war in Sudan, and it follows the real-life story of a young man from the Nuba Mountains after the war broke out in 1994 in his hometown of Teberi, a village of the Nuba Mountains. As he recalls, the incursion and war broke out on Wednesday at midday of a hot summer's day in August, with aerial bombardments using Russian-made Antonov bomber, followed by heavy artillery fire and ground attacks by the North Sudan Army. As the civilian population fled the bombardments, the army troops arrived in 8 armored trucks, mounted machine guns, and 1 tank, and started shooting at people indiscriminately. The young man ran with his family for over 15 kilometers in dense bushland to take cover in a stream. When they reached the stream, the army troops lit a ferocious fire by lighting the grass. As this was taking place, some troops advanced to the market, others remained stationed behind trees and in the riverbed, continuing the assault. The immediate aftermath of this attack was chaos. The devastation was palpable. Many dead and burnt-out human remains lay scattered across the village. Houses and livelihoods burned down, cows and goats slaughtered and left as carcasses, foodstuffs looted, no water to drink. As the war went on, drought hit, and a severe famine ensued. By 1996, over 75,000 people would lose their lives to war and famine. Another 75,000 Nuba women and children would be subject to mass enslavement, rapes, or would simply disappear. Also by this time, over 1 million Nuba people would be subject to ethnic cleansing, according to author Samuel Totten in his book, Genocide by Attrition. The UN classified the war in the Nuba Mountains as genocide by starvation. In the summer of 1996, amidst the ongoing war, drought, and famine, a father made the difficult decision to send his only son, then aged 6 years old, to Uganda, where he lived as a refugee, surviving on rations of porridge, beans, and ugali for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for the next 10 years before emigrating to Australia in 2006 at the age of 16 under a humanitarian visa program. This young man was a child of war. He grew up a refugee. He was verbally abused, called names to take away his dignity. He was physically abused, discriminated against, spoken for until he lost his voice. Unfortunately, this, he says, is also the tale of many around the world, including his countrymen and women escaping war and violence to seek refuge in other parts of the world. I am a firm believer that we are born loving everyone, irrespective of where they come from, their race, gender, age, or status. Love breeds peace, acceptance, understanding, kindness, respect, and unity. For many refugees, it is for the lack of these attributes that they leave their own countries to seek refuge in others across the world. I am also a firm believer that regardless of who you are, no matter your circumstance or status, your true test of character as a person is defined by how well you choose to treat others in their lowest moments in life. Fellow global citizens, our world is a global village, but it feels more fractured than ever. Many feel they don't belong anywhere. They have no peace, no home, and no life. Home is a place where we all openly and freely embrace the diversity of thought, abilities, cultures, opinions, and experiences. A world in which we all belong is the nexus to life, and is only possible if we have a collectively shared life-changing experience. So as you walk out of here today, I want you to think about how you can be a part of this nexus that creates safe spaces where others can belong. Get to know people from a different cultural and family background. Get to know where they play. Sit next to them. Eat from the same plate. Drink from the same cup. And walk the same road they walk. Refugees are people full of hope and optimism. And by getting to know refugees on a personal level, you are effectively creating a shared history, which is the precursor to creating safe spaces for them to belong in your mind, heart, home, college, sports club, workplace, and in your local community. In your shared history, you will discover shared experiences through which you realize, regardless of race, gender, age, creed, or status, we all have more in common than our differences. The desire to belong, the pursuit of happiness, and a dream for a better future for our children. My name is Stephen Kamal. I was born in Sudan. I was a refugee. I was worn. I was broken. I am scarred, but I am not defeated. Australia gave me life. I am free to openly express myself, my thoughts, and my views without fear of retribution or persecution. I'm also a proud father, husband, teacher, scholar, and now TEDx speaker. This is my story.